And what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It is your boy Cheap Ludes, and I'm back with just a little quick video for you guys. Nothing crazy today. I want to talk about the new, obviously, as you can see on the screen, the new image that we got leaked on Reddit of the new badge loadout and badge system in NBA 2K21 My Team. Also, at the end of this video, I wanted to give an update about the documentary series and when you can expect episodes 2, 3, 4, etc. But I'll wait till the end of the video. So first off, if you guys haven't seen this photo, which I'm sure most of you have, because I think every YouTuber has covered this at some point, but I did want to cover it for sure and weigh in on it with my own thoughts. We got just playmaking, but it appears that without removing any or very many badges at all, looks like they're just going to add a few. So we got some returning from next gen, like bullet passer, special delivery. Any of the other ones next gen returning? No, the rest are relatively new. So we got these new badges. Obviously, we just seen the playmaking ones. I'm guessing there's going to be new finishing, new shooting, and new defensive and rebounding badges as well. But let's talk about what we actually know about. First things first, let's check about hyperdrive. Now, so my hope with hyperdrive would, I don't know, it's kind of null and void in regards to my team. My personal thought is this might be a speed badge, and similar to quick first step, but I think it might specifically be for fast breaks, but I'm not sure. So it could be fast break specific. I saw a few people on Twitter talking about their hopes that it is a badge that allows people under a certain height to go faster, which would be tight. And if they do set it to an actual height limit, it would also make it so end game cards like Bull and stuff like that wouldn't be able to activate this badge. But knowing 2K, it wouldn't work, and it would be broken in some fashion. So I'm not really going to speculate too much on what I think hyperdrive is. I think it is something speed based. I'm just not really sure exactly what it's going to be. I mean, everybody's purely speculating at this point. Nobody knows anyway. Quick chain is kind of an interesting one. It could be like one or two things. It could be a badge that if you chain multiple dribble moves together, will give you some sort of boost. It could also be a badge where if you chain multiple passes together, it could also give you some sort of shooting boost on the final pass or something of that nature. Obviously, quick chain, it is a chain of events. I'm really hoping it is not chaining together dribble move combos. That would be great if that was not the case, because you know it's going to get abused super hard. Depends how they implement it, I guess, but you can pretty much guarantee that this is going to be either a chain of dribble moves or a chain of passes that leads to some sort of boost. Personally, I don't really like seeing this badge as somebody who is not a dribble god. I don't particularly like to see new dribbling badges added, but it is what it is. I mean, we will wait till the actual game releases before we can see what that is, or at least some sort of news like we're getting next week. Special delivery is back. It appears that some of the some of the next gen badges will be making their way to current gen, including bullet passer and special delivery. I mean, there's no news on if this is current or next gen, but it'd be nice to see stuff like bullet passer and special delivery and some of the badges from next gen hit current gen. It remains to be seen, though. Then we got triple threat juke. I don't really know what this is going to be. I'm guessing that it is, if you initiate a triple threat move, then it's some sort of boost. I'm not really, or go into triple threat stance, whatever. My terminology is not on today. I've been a little off. I've been working on the documentary. Anyways, I don't really know exactly what this is going to do, and if it's even going to be something that's going to be overpowered or something that's completely useless. But it remains to be seen. We see all the returning badges as well, like Bailout, Dimer, Needle Threader, Quick First Step, Stop and Go, Unpluckable. All that stuff is coming back. Then we got Glue Hands. Glue Hands is interesting. It's a playmaking badge. Now, if Glue Hands was a defensive badge, that would actually be pretty cool, because it would make players be able to steal the ball on passing lanes easier. Because if you're playing 2K and they just kind of slap the ball and they don't really actually go for it, having Hall of Fame glue hands would make it so it's actually a steal most of the time, instead of like whatever happens in 2K21 where they all just kind of scramble but like don't actually go for the ball. That would be cool. Now, what I'm guessing everybody is thinking the same thing on glue hands. It probably is a badge that dictates the load up animation for catch and shoot situations, right? Just because sometimes you'll throw it over to an open 3-point shooter and they'll kind of bobble it a little bit and you won't be able to get the shot off. My guess is we'll know day one what this badge is. And the reason I say that is before the game even releases, we'll know what this badge is in relation to my team. All we have to do is look at who has it, right? So if we get some sort of teaser a few days before the game releases and we see that guys like Ray Allen, guys like, who's another efficient catch and shoot guy, Richard Hamilton. If guys like those guys have, gold or Hall of Fame glue hands, and then guys like LeBron and other guys like that do not have Hall of Fame glue hands or lower tier glue hands or none at all, we could see right off the bat that it's a catch and shoot badge, right? That's what most of the community is thinking. Ooh. That's going to be interesting. I don't really know how to feel about it. As somebody who relies very heavily and has always kind of relied very heavily in 2K on ball movement, having them add a badge that will dictate how well my players catch and shoot the ball is very unfortunate. For ISO players, this badge kind of doesn't really mean anything, especially at the beginning of the year. Like, if you're running ISO, you're running ISO anyway. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know about this badge, but it could be good. But look out for this badge being one of the more expensive badges in the game. What 2K did here was they introduced a new badge that will quickly become one of the rarest and most expensive badges in the game. Don't even trip. Like, you already know what it is. Like, beginning of the year, the most expensive badges are always the same. It's always range extender. Last year it was actually flexible, which hadn't been the case before that. In difficult shots, those two badges were really expensive and really effective early on. But typically, quick first step, at least in the last couple installments, like quick first step, unpluckable, range extender, clamps, stuff like that. And then towards the end of the year, we start to see like handles for days and like all those other badges start to be incredibly expensive. I think off the rip, glue hands is going to be expensive. And if they completely get rid of steady shooter and they go straight into blinders will be incredibly expensive as well, just like it was all year this year. But glue hands is going to be one of those badges right off the bat. It's either going to do absolutely nothing or it's going to be the most broken badge in the game and everyone's going to pay astronomical amounts for it. My suggestion would be, if you are to draw the glue hands badge, because at the beginning of the year, or beginning of the 2K's lifespan, you do get a lot of badge packs and stuff like that. The odds are terrible, so you're mostly going to get like bronze and silver versions or just straight golds and none of the bronze and silvers like we've been seeing. My suggestion would be wait a few days to see exactly what glue hands does before selling it. And the reason for that is at the beginning, people could like not really trip about the glue hands badge at all. You know what I mean? They could just be like, oh, whatever, new badge. And then 3 days later, they realize that it's one of the most important badges in the game. And suddenly it's going for 40 or 50K for a silver. You know what I mean? So definitely wait on that one for sure. To a much lesser extent, we got post playmaker. This is an interesting one because usually the post badges are in the shooting category, So this is a kind of interesting badge right here because it's kind of in a weird spot. I know it sounds pretty normal, and looks like we can look over here and we see that like the defensive badges. I'll talk about those in a second because we do see like at least a hint of what some of them are. But post playmaker is interesting because normally post scoring would be in the shooting category, but we got post playmaker here in the playmaking category. So what I'm guessing this badge does is it provides a boost on an assist into a post play. So if you pass down to the big man and the big man initiates like a post move and stuff like that, you will get a boost, probably to your takeover meter and probably to the percentage that shot is going to go in. That would be my guess. Quick chain, same thing. Like it's probably going to be like a takeover boost or a percentage boost to the shot you're actually shooting, based on if you do this certain series of things, which is either going to be passing or dribble moves. It's interesting. So just looking over here, we can kind of see a little bit. We obviously can see clamps, intimidator, worm is down here, PO, OF, and AN. Ankle breaker, I believe, is AN because you can see the little ankle breaker little badge down here. So I don't really know what OP or PO are. Off the top of my head, I'm just not really sure. So let's go over to 2KDB and we'll look and see what those could be, and then we'll talk about the potential new defensive badges. So, I mean, it looks like post-move lockdown would have been one of them, but I don't know what the other one is off the top of my head. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm just like, you know, my brain's gone at this point, which is entirely possible, but I don't see any defensive badges that start with A. So I believe that means we're getting a new defensive badge. Anyways, the reason I'm on Isaiah Thomas right now specifically is because if this hyperdrive badge does what I think it might do, or what I hope it does, it's really going to make smaller point guards viable. I've seen some people say that they don't like the idea of the hyperdrive, you know, badge, and I've seen people kind of worried about how it could be implemented. For sure, if it has a height restriction, I think it'll be one of the most important badges this year as far as balancing gameplay and making it kind of a viable strategy to run smaller point guards. I think if it's implemented correctly, it could be game-changing for 2K, because if there's a special badge that allows kind of these smaller guys like Isaiah Thomas, like Dwayne Wade, he's 6'4", though, I mean, whatever, but guys under like 6'6", it'll probably be closer to like 6'3" or 6'4" will be the cutoff, is my guess. Probably 6'3". If there's a badge that allows like the smaller your player is to move faster with hyperdrive, that's going to be incredibly game-changing, because I mean, usually in 2K, we get to about December, January is when small point guards start to become less and less viable, and then once we get to about April, it's done. Like, it's done. You can't even run anybody under 6'4" at that point, because everyone's just running giants because a point guard Giannis came out, or a Ben Simmons or something. That makes it not viable to run like a guy like Damian Lillard or a guy like Isaiah Thomas, or, you know, even to a certain extent, guys like Dwayne Wade. So hopefully we see that actually come out, and I am excited about it. So I don't know. Let me know down in the comments what you think. My expectations are tempered for sure, but we'll see what's up. Anyways, talk about the documentary series. I am working on episode 2, which will encompass season 3 and season 4. It's pretty good. A lot of interesting stuff going on there. Sorry to keep you guys waiting for the new episodes of the documentary series. Full disclosure, I put out the first episode of the docu-series, and it kind of underperformed views-wise, which is not a big deal. But that same day, I watched DBG react to Ty Debo eating Burger King, and it got almost 15 times the amount of views that my documentary got, which is fine, but I'm not gonna lie, it put me into like a space of deep sadness. So I had to take a few days off from doing YouTube videos, because that just put me like in a totally not chill mood. You know what I mean? Just because I worked like super hard on it for like 4 or 5 days straight, like in my room just sweating, like editing this video together. It's only a 1 laptop operation over here in the Cheap Ludes channel. Like, I do everything on an HP laptop. 1 mic, 1 laptop, just me. So like, it took a really long time to put that documentary together. And it not doing the amount of views that I wanted it to is not a big deal. I don't really trip about that too much. I'm just glad that people liked it. That's really the only thing I care about. But watching a grown man watch and react to another grown man eating Burger King in the My Team space 15 times the views of my documentary was soul crushing for sure. Like, so I had to take a few days off just to get my mental right, but I'm back. I will be uploading it hopefully in the next 48 hours. I'm trying to get it all put together. I'm going to hopefully finish it tomorrow, and then I'll let you guys know about a premiere date. I'm hoping to premiere it Saturday, so that'll be pretty cool. Let me know down in the comments what time. Try to be in Central Time, because I am Central Time, Central US, I should say, would be the best for the premiere, because I truly don't know. So let me know what the best time for you would be on a Saturday. And as always, it has been your boy Cheap Ludes, and I appreciate every one of you guys so much. And check the description for all my stuff, and I'll be back with more content in the next week or so. I finally have everything like sort of set up, so my life's getting a little bit less sporadic and like filled with things I have to do, so I can focus more time on YouTube. So anyways, peace out, guys.